Throughout America, from bustling cities to tranquil rural heartlands, gun control remains a topic of profound debate. It's a conversation deeply rooted in our nation's history, influenced by the very amendments that shaped our Constitution. But as times have changed, so has the complexity of this discussion, intertwining personal rights, public safety, and national identity. Today, we dive into the heart of this conversation, inviting two voices, Riley and Jordan, to shed light on their perspectives and hopefully find common ground in shaping our nation's future. We will start with Riley.
Hey Jordan, it's hard to ignore the numbers. A lot of countries with strict gun laws have fewer gun-related tragedies. Do you think stricter rules could be the answer for us too?
I've seen those stats, Riley, but there's also the Second Amendment. It's more than a right. It's a part of many Americans' identity. The framers of the Constitution believed in checks and balances, not just among the branches of government, but also between the government and the people. To them, an armed citizenry was a safeguard against potential governmental overreach and tyranny.
Riley, I get where you're coming from. But when it comes to mass shootings, it's important to think about the potential impact of certain restrictions. By putting in place certain measures, like stricter background checks or limits on access to firearms for individuals with a history of violence, we can help make the world a safer place. Taking proactive steps in this direction can really make a difference in preventing tragic incidents and ensuring the well-being of our communities.
That's where it gets tricky. If someone is really determined, they'll find a way to get a gun. And in rural areas, a gun is not just protection, but also a tool. But your concerns again bring up the bigger issue: government overreach. This is why there is a Second Amendment. Many worry that if we allow the government to restrict this right, what's to stop them from infringing on other rights too?
I believe overall safety is the more paramount issue. And what about the connection between easy firearm access and suicide rates?
It's a tragic intersection, no doubt. But pivoting back to the role of firearms, there's another layer: national defense. Historically, the idea was that an armed citizenry could deter external threats and invasions. That principle still resonates today. And there's another layer to this. Often, when we hear about mass shootings, there's a subsequent conversation about the mental health of the perpetrator. Shouldn't we be focusing more on that?
It's true that mental health is crucial, but it's dangerous to generalize that all acts of gun violence are due to mental health issues. It can further stigmatize those with genuine mental health conditions who are more often victims than perpetrators.
But if someone with severe, untreated mental health issues can easily access firearms, isn't that a recipe for potential disaster? Maybe the focus should be on strengthening mental health checks for gun buyers.
It's a fair point, but we also have to ensure those checks don't become discriminatory. And while we address mental health, we shouldn't forget the sheer availability and firepower some weapons provide. Isn't there a middle ground, like restricting certain high-capacity weapons?
I do not believe so. For me, it is about cultural nuances and personal protection. And the broader fear about government overreach remains.
Riley, Jordan, we appreciate your insights. The discussion on gun control isn't just a debate over policy, but a reflection of our nation's heart and soul. It touches on deeply held beliefs, the scars of tragedies, and our hopes for a safer future. It challenges us to understand the delicate balance between individual rights and collective safety. As we continue to grapple with this issue, let us remember that our shared goal is the betterment of our society. By leaning into understanding, fostering empathy, and approaching each other with open minds and hearts, we pave the way for solutions that respect and protect every member of our great nation. To the viewers of this video, we'd love to hear from you. What's your take on this crucial issue? Please share your opinions and thoughts on the topic, as your perspective is important in enriching this ongoing discussion. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel out. And if you'd like to see more content like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you never miss an update.